Shalom, giving all praises to Yahawah, Qadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom, shalom. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video. Oh, before I go into the video, I just want to say this about this detox. Boy, I'm going through hell, man. I couldn't even sleep last night, man. Pain. This is a hell of a thing, man. That that detox that myself and Apostle the bar been talking about that. Well, he said that his vision got real blurry. He got nervous. I haven't had any problems with the eyes, but I have other symptoms. And one thing it does, boy, it makes you want to go to sleep early. But then at a certain time, you can't get up because you're in pain. You know, it's a hell of a. I mean, you want to talk about getting buffered. See, I can't even hardly think. I'm gonna make this video short because I'm in pain. I mean, I can deal, but you know, when you have certain pains, you don't want to do nothing, man. And then you can't go to sleep because the pains don't make you go to sleep. So this is harder than what I thought, but I'm gonna deal with it. I'm down to I hadn't eaten meat since Sunday last, not this Sunday past, the last Sunday. So we're talking as of today, we're talking, what is it, 11 days of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah, 11 days. And it's a 14-day detox. So I will be let down. So tomorrow, Thursday, I got to do it. Drink the concoction. And so that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I believe, yeah, that's Saturday. That would be 14 days. They may have enough for another Sunday, but I believe Saturday is the last day. Like I said, I hadn't eaten any meat, no dairy whatsoever. Well, I don't drink milk, but you know, I'll have some cheese. Like we got these Greek salads where you have feta cheese. And Greek salads are very healthy, but you got the feta cheese. You can't eat that. Now, Apostle Bar had ate a piece, and I told him, I said, you know, you can't eat that cheese. He said, oh, I ate one. But I mean, it shouldn't change anything. You can't eat meat. Period. You can't eat any meat. I did try, however, this thing by it's Abbott Butcher, which is it's not real meat, but it tastes like meat. I got the beef version, which is like mushrooms and other spices and so forth. Not chemical. You read the ingredients, it give you the straight up ingredients, which are, you know, different foods, plants and so forth. It's not any chemicals. It's not a lab-based meat. Because you can go on YouTube and put in what do you call it, meatless meats, or however you put it in there, plant-based meats, and they show you how to put together. There's a lot of different spices and herbs and maybe some mushrooms, kind of put it together in such a way, and it does taste like meat. But then you got Esau selling you shit. Like the Abbott Butcher, you can go to Whole Foods. The thing now is that they, you know, Esau calls Whole Foods whole checks, because you go in there, you wind up spending your whole check buying food. The place is expensive, boy. But anyway, if you're gonna do this detox, you better get your mind right. Get your mind right. Give me a second. had to do a quick number one, and I just got finished doing number one about a minute ago. This stuff makes you go to the bathroom. Number certain days, number twos all day. And then number ones the next day, sometimes both. You go into the bathroom, you're gonna feel fatigue for sure. So get your mind right if you're gonna do it. But beating the shit out of me, but that's all right. So I'm entitled this video, as you can see, hell into the fire that never shall be quenched. What does that mean? Got a video by the wait a minute. So it went to the beginning. Okay, this let me see. This right here. Okay, this is General Netanyahu's wife. I remember her back when they first came into school. And this is one of the older sisters. And I saw this video goes back some years. And she's talking about her son. She got a 27-year-old son, I believe. And she's concerned about the welfare of her son because he doesn't believe. And General Netanyahu's wife says, you know, I have a similar story. I have a son, my oldest son, that he got to a certain age. He said, I don't want to do this no more. And she said, the hell with him. Which you say that to somebody, the hell with you, man, go on somewhere. So I don't know if they were teaching about the hell doctrine back at this time when this video was out, or she just said it, oh, the hell with him. But if they are, that means she's saying, like I said, I don't know if they were teaching the hell doctrine. I don't think they were. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. So if they teaching the hell doctrine, she's saying, well, you know, I got it in my mind that my son's going to burn in hell forever. And I believe she believes that because the son hasn't come in. Well, that's clearly not scriptural. That's a Roman Catholic doctrine, which is a Christian doctrine. There's no place that you go to and burn forever. Now you might say, well, what about Luke? I believe that's Luke 16 with the rich man and Lazarus. That's a parable. That's a parable. And it says in Isaiah, what is that, 5:20? I'm not going to go to it because I'm so weak. I don't even want to use my fingers. It fucks up your joints too. The poison that come out of your system goes all up in your joints. Oh my goodness, this is torture. But anyway, I'm gonna power on through. Matter of fact, I'll go to it. I'll muster up some strength. Muster up some strength to Isaiah 8:20, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I'm correct. I remember going back and forth with the elder, can't even think of his name, my mind is so foggy. Yahawah, I was just listening to him. He's going into the latter and the former rain based upon what I asked the men, you know, the question, what does it mean by the latter end? I mean, the latter rain. Anyway, so he did a video. And then I didn't go all into the spiritual part of it. I went into the agricultural part of it, you know, but it actually mentioned Joel, I believe he said Joel 2. He said the former and the latter rain in 1 month. You got to read that for yourself, meaning former and latter rain is referring to blessings, agricultural blessings, but in a spiritual sense, the former and the latter rain represents blessings in the kingdom. When we get in the kingdom, Everything we're going to the front part of the blessing, we're going to get blessed in the back part. So the former and the latter rain, former rain is pass during the time right after the Passover. The latter rain is a crop that you bring in before the end of the year because it's coming into winter time. So you had 2 feasts of weeks, which was like, we were talking about 6 months apart. Help me out, y'all. Well, let me see. Okay, the first month. Yeah, about 6, 7 months apart. Because, yeah, it's about 7 months apart. So the beginning of the spring and the end of the summer, the former and latter rains. And that's talking about when we get in the kingdom, we're going to receive the former and the latter rain. We're going to get blessed on the front end, we're going to get blessed on the back end, and we're going to get blessed all through the middle. That we're going to get nothing but blessings. We won't have to do no more detox. So anyway, it says here, Isaiah 8, verse 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, which talking about the word, the scriptures, it is because there is no light in them. Let me read that again because I want to read the next verse or even the next 2 verses. Because you have to have the whole truth. You have to have 100% truth. They clearly don't have 100% truth because they wouldn't be teaching, talking about IUIC, they wouldn't be teaching a Roman Catholic Christian doctrine of a burning hellfire. And when you go to the Old Testament, there's no description of hellfire in the Old Testament whatsoever, if you look up the word hell. Now, in Deuteronomy 32, it'll say the lower parts of the whole lower parts of the hell in Deuteronomy 32. But that's talking about, no, that's talking about under the ground. What do you think you get, volcanoes get erupted? Because there's a fire inside the earth. There ain't no fire that your spirit goes into and burn forever. Like I said, I'm saying it again, that's a Roman Catholic Christian. Actually, it goes back to the Greeks, the Romans. Like they used to teach, the Roman Caesars would teach, if you say anything bad about Caesars, showing you that the rulership of the Roman, pagan Romans, they had a religious, spiritual aspect to that. They said, if you say anything about the particular Caesar that's sitting on the throne, that you're going to burn in hell. And so the people were afraid. Same thing goes back to, I believe, the first account of that is during the Babylonian Empire, like you had the confessionals, and I believe that came from the Babylonian. We did classes on that back when we first started, teaching on YouTube. You tell a confession, you tell the whole truth because you're afraid that you're going to burn in hell. But like I said, the Catholics got it from the Greeks, Greek mythology. The Greeks got it from the Romans to the Greeks to the Babylonians to the Assyrians. So they kept the people in line by telling them about hell. So you can do it, you can do the research on that. The hell doctrine through history. So let me read this again. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, meaning the whole word, it is because there is no light in them. And there's no light in the IUIC. Although they go into a lot of good things, I would say they got 95+% what they say is on point. They're telling the truth, but you gotta have 100%. You teaching this scripture, going to that breakdown, then you break something down the wrong way. Be one line, not even a verse, one line, and you just went left. So guess what? All that's dark, all that teaching that you've done, the lights got turned off. I'm telling you, the lights got turned off. So this hell doctrine is that proves that they do not have the light. It says, and they might have some artificial light, but not the real light, which is the knowledge, the 100% truth. Them guys can't, none of them camps can say they got 100. Not one of them camps can say they got 100% truth. I dare you. I double dare you. Y'all can't even get over the grape doctrine. It says in they, 21st verse, and they shall pass through it, hardly be stead and hungry. Look up the words be stead. I'm not going to look it up for you in the Hebrew. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, now hungry, spiritual hunger is this truth. The scriptures say this is the refreshing. I'll probably look that up in a minute. I believe it's in Isaiah. They shall fret themselves and curse their king and their power and look upward because they're looking for answers. We're giving them answers. And I might have to pull some words out. It says, and they shall look upon the earth and behold trouble and darkness, because minus light is what? Darkness. So all these camps have some form of darkness, which mean they totally dark. Got artificial light, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. In the case we're talking about IUIC, you have General Netanyahu driving a big buggy with a bunch of Israelites in there, and he's driving them to what? To darkness. Because he's teaching some other things that he's going off on. Can't even think of them right now, but this is the latest thing about the hell doctrine. So let me pull out some words. Matter of fact, let me do this. Refreshing. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Should only come up a couple times. Came up. Beautiful. Isaiah 28, verse 12. To whom he said, this is the rest. I'm sorry, I got to go up. Because in your life, you're looking for answers like Neo. And we gave you the answers. We offered you the red pill and the blue pill. And we told you to take the red pill, see how far the rabbit hole goes. So you take the red pill and you gotta learn more. Christians like taking the blue pill. They like to stay in, Alice in Wonderland. Okay, this whole chapter is dynamite, as Yahawah would say. I'm going to start the 8th verse. You really got to read the whole chapter, which I'm not going to do. There's a breakdown right here. Isaiah chapter 28. For that matter, Isaiah 28, Isaiah 29, Isaiah 30. That might be the next after camp classic. It says, also in Isaiah 29, read this, I pray thee. I can't, for it is sealed. You don't have the answers. The pastors don't have the answers because you ask them certain, they'll quote scriptures and bring that whole scripture up in the Bible, the word of God. But if you was to go into their church, because I did that when I first came in, I used to walk into churches and ask them questions, and they would tell me to leave the church. The one guy, older pastor, had a bunch of women in his church, and he pulled us to the side. He said, y'all better get the fuck up out of here, man. He said, y'all ain't taking my congregation, because he had them women, fine women too. he pulls to the side like, nigga, it was in Brooklyn too. They used to actually kid. They said, get the hell out of this church. That's back when we was young and crazy. Okay, so it says, I'll start at 7. But like I said, these are some powerful, and like Apostle Kabar said the other day, you guys never have, you can't think of a topic. Well, you got 3 topics. Isaiah 28, Isaiah 29, and Isaiah 30. You better get it before Apostle Ramlab jump on it, but he jumping on everything. But the kitchen sink, he jumping on that too. It says, but they also have erred through wine. What is the wine? The wine is the knowledge. That's a whole nother class. I'm not gonna go into the precepts. That's why you got guys that come in there, old wine bottles, when they get the new because they were trained in church and they pastors and deacons and my fathers. I'm a preacher's kid. So they coming in there like they know the Bible. They know just as much as you know. But then they believe that they're Israel. But guess what? They start springing leaks because it's an old wine bottle. The leather stretches, so it seeps out. We see that many a times in GMS. Guys that fall off and they'll still teach, but then eventually they'll just die off like a parasite. It says, and through strong drink are out of the way the priest and the prophet, because a lot of y'all guys say y'all prophets, and priests have erred through strong drink, meaning putting these other things and gimmicks. We don't need gimmicks. Like the last video, next to last video, I was doing a video and I was mainly letting the elder Manatazak Bar speak, and I would kind of comment, made it easy on myself. Doing commentary is good. And he had the music, so I was worried about whether they're going to take the video down because of the music being copyrighted. So I said, you don't need no gimmicks, brother. Well, let me put some music in there to keep the, hey, if the people need music to keep them in the video, that means they really don't want to learn it. They want to be entertained. Because music is what? Entertaining. So I don't use music. I don't need music, okay? If you get mad, I'm not listening to Har because Har don't got the music in the background. I said, well, keep it moving. Let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. It's old Jake saying. Anyway, it says, so just give it to it. Just give him the straight. That's the term. Give him the straight, skinny, no gimmicks. Now, if you want to continue to use gimmicks, you go right ahead, son. I'm having a little fun here, and my brain is foggy. It says, but my body's in pain, man. It said they are swallowed up of wine. What kind of wine? The false wine. This whole back and forth. You got Maharaka. Basically, he beating them guys' asses, bro. He's like Bruce Lee in Chinese Connection. Remember when Bruce Lee went into the dojo? He said, you can take this sign and get the hell out of here. Whenever you're ready, I'll take you all on, one at a time or all together. And then they surround him. He just beat their ass. And he took the chucks out on them, smacking them on the feet, beat the whole dojo. Beat the whole dojo. Well, that's Maharaka. He beating all them guys, beating them down. But they don't want to see it because the Most High haven't opened their eyes because the emotions are in the way. Even Bruce Lee spoke about emotional content, meaning control your emotions. Not anger, emotional content. It says, the priests and the prophets have erred. The Lord said, ye erred not knowing the scriptures, not understanding the scriptures. Through strong drink, other books, other things, other ideas. You can use it, the strong drink could be the scriptures, but you're breaking it down the wrong way. Like the MOTB is something other than what we say it is. Well, guess what? That's strong drink. So they're getting drunk off of that Babylon juice. And you're gonna have to admit that we were right. It says they are swallowed up of wine, false, the way they broke the scriptures down the wrong way. You know, the IUIC, I got to bring them up again. You can only have one wife, which that's clearly not scriptural. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. If they get a vision, it's a false vision. They stumble in what? In judgment. It says, 8th verse, for all tables are full of vomit. And the person that doesn't know, you giving them these scriptures, you breaking it down, you're really giving them dirty food. But they don't know no better. They just eat it. They just eat it, man. They don't know how to discern between what's right and what's wrong, between good and evil. So when you teach them something and you say this means this, all they're going to do is go with it because they're babes. They haven't grown. They haven't matured. That's why you think we have the after class classics, after camp classics, because all brothers in that camp, they got to know all the scriptures or the majority of the scriptures. They got to know all them breakdowns. And you got a lot of guys, and even Apostle Gabar get mad, he gets he's angry. Me too. Is that you got the same guys, the same handful of guys that are ready to answer. You got the rest of the guys, they're not sure about themselves. You know what you got to do? You got to watch these videos. You got to stick with the try to hang with the brothers that are diligent in this thing. And you got to study, man. Because there's going to be a time when the masses come in, as Yahawadah said, we're going to tell you two brothers, you take them 1,000 people, you teach them 1,000 people over there. You too, you go over there and you teach that. And then when you better teach the same thing, or you're going to be sifted out of here. Except for all tables are full of vomit. And a novice doesn't know, a baby doesn't know. And filthiness, like the hell doctrine is vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Then you know the rest of that. Precept must be upon precept, right? To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. Who's the weary? Who's the weary? The ones that are looking for the truth. And they come across the Israelite group, so they're weary because their mind is looking for the truth. So sometimes they think they found the truth in being an Israelite, but then you go to the wrong school. The right school is GMS. This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. Ain't nobody in GMS leaving. Ain't nobody saying, look, I'm not down with GMS no more. I'm going to join the ISUPK. I'm not down with GMS no more. I'm going to join the IUIC. I'm not down with GMS no more. I'm going to join Sakari. I'm going to join Sarnet. I'm going to be a black. Ain't nobody leaving. Because if y'all want to leave, I will gladly open the door with a smile and let you be about your merry little way. It says, and this is the refreshing. This is the refreshing. What does it mean to refresh? It means you were fresh at one time, right? You took a shower, you were fresh. Then the next day or next 2 days. Now, dermatologists say you're messing up your skin if you take a shower or bath every day. They say you're supposed to only take a shower. I heard this the other day. You're supposed to only take a shower at most every other day. At most. They said even that. So, if you're working on the tar pits, you ain't got no choice. But if you chilling in the house, you can take a shower. Then the next day you don't got to take a shower. When you're doing a detox, you're going to be in the house most of the time because you got to run to the bathroom. forgive me, let me get back into it. And this is the refreshing. Forgive me for blabbing. Yet they would not, what? This is the refreshing. We're telling you that you're Israelites, yet they would not hear. So not everybody's going to hear. You should not go through all the cities of Israel and tell the Lord come. Because you got the IUIC going to Africa and all that. The Lord ain't, that truth ain't supposed to be for Africans. Meaning Israelites over there supposed to be in America. It says, but the word of Yahawah was unto me, precept upon precept, line upon line, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken and snared and taken. A lot of good information in these chapters here. Isaiah 28, 29, and 30. And then the rest of Isaiah as well. Oh, well, you know what I got to do? Like I said, you got to read this whole chapter. Somebody please do a complete breakdown. If not, we'll do it at the after camp classic. 18 verse. And your covenant, which is agreement with death, shall be disannulled. What does that mean? And your agreement with hell, now that hell is not talking about burning in hell. It's talking about death. Shall not stand when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. So the ones of you that are not right, you're going to be trodden down by the what? By the word. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you, because y'all going to get caught up. You came into this truth, you turn your back on the truth, now you're going to get caught up. Because the Most High going to put that disbelieving mind in your heart. So when they bring out the charagma, the sea hip, you're going to take it. And then you're going to say, GMS said not to take it. I'm going to fucking take it anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you niggas get the chip and make it GMS. I got the chip. What's going to happen now? I'm still alive. I'm still eating, y'all. And we're going to laugh at you. It says, scriptures, but Luke, they failed to build and they mocked them. We're going to mock you. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you. You're going to get caught up in this mess. All of you that turn your back on the plow and you back in the world, watching the videos, you watch all our videos, but you ain't saying, well, you know, I'm so-and-so. I used to be in school in 1992. No, you watch, some of y'all scoff. Y'all going to get caught up with this mess, you and your family. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you. For morning by morning shall it pass over, by day and by night, and it shall be a vexation only to understand the report. So shit is going to get worse, and we're going to be happy. I can't wait till they set up the charagma stations, but you're going to be vexed. I'm not going to read no more. This is what I'm going to do. Well, I read that. Let me do this. Bear me for a minute. There's lessons within lessons. Okay, Isaiah 28, verse 12. To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. And I read that. And this is the refreshing. Because it says, I will bring all things to your remembrance, though ye once knew this. Total Recall. Watch the original movie, and you can watch the newer one. Total Recall, and that's talking about Israel. That's why when he came to us, John Quaid, I believe his name was, when he came to his identity of who he was, he had a chip in his head that he had to pull out, but then they told him to put a turban on him, wrap your head. And how do you wrap in a turban? They were saying that those are the Israelites. Get that chip out the head, and you'll be good. You come back to total recall. So refreshing means total recall. It says, yet they would not hear. So the ones that don't hear, they're going to get caught up in it. Let me go to Acts 3, verse 19. Repent, meaning go back to, and pent meaning to be humble. Penitent. The word penitentiary means, in other words, is a place to humble you. And it doesn't humble you. It does the opposite. It makes you a hardened criminal. Repent ye therefore, Israel, and be converted, right? Con meaning with, and verted meaning truth, with the truth, get with the truth, that your sins may be blotted out. Because when you get with the truth and you accept Yahawashi, he's a sacrificial lamb. So you're covered. When the times of refreshing, we're in the time of refreshing, the refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord. So the Lord is bringing his truth to us, but he's actually getting ready to come. Because we done did it, brother. We done taught this word. We done pushed this thing out for what, 16 years on YouTube and before that. So now it's time for the Lord to come. So let me come over here. I'll show you that I'll read this again. Matter of fact, I'll do it this way. Mark 9, 43 and 44. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to. Now, this is not this rapper. Somebody told me who the guy, this rapper, this singer, this Jake, as simple as Jake was a Christian. He was a singer, rapper, whatever. And he bugged out, and he plucked out one of his eyes. I forget the dude's name. Somebody could put it up. And I remember when he did that, we were getting all over him, man. He said it's not talking about literal. The eyes, the hands, and everything, the feet, the head, the ears. When you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12, it tells you that we are a body. So if you have somebody in the congregation that's going contrary to the truth, you got to cut them off. That's what it's talking about. It says, if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed, meaning you started with 5,000 people or 10,000 people, but you had to cut off 2,000, but you wanted to get the whole 10,000 into the ship, right? Well, guess what? In order for you to make it, because those ones that are against, contrary to what you're teaching, and bucking up against what you're teaching, and going opposite of the way you being the highest teacher, that can cause a lot of people to fall off. So you got to cut that person off. Then having two hands to go into hell. Now, hell represents what? It represents destruction. So it says hell, meaning death. The word there, if you click on it in the Hebrew, is Yahawah. Let's see if that's the case. I'm sorry, that's a New Testament. I'm sorry, it's Gehenna. Gehenna is nothing, but when you click on that, Gehenna is nothing but a garbage dump in Israel. And what's the name of that? Hanawam? I can't think of the name. I can look it up. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it this way. So that hell represents you're gonna die. And you're gonna die by way of the missiles. That the part where it says the fire not being quenched, right? Gehenna of Hinam, where they took dead animals in outside of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned. And so they fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. Yeah, because the Gehenna also represents Babylon, because Babylon is going to be what? The big garbage dump. It said animals, dead animals, right? What does Isaiah 34 say? He speaks about Esau being animals, sacrificial animals. So where the fire is not quenched and the worm dieth not, is talking about you over here in America. And not everybody's going to suffer that. The other countries that are not hit by the missiles, they're going to be here. They're going to still be here. And we're going to go around the world on ships, and we're going to convert the Israelites back to the truth and put the whole world in order. The salvation part only applies to Israelites that dwell in America, man. And the 2/3 are referring to the 2/3 in America, not the 2/3 of all Israel. Get it right, troop. So that word hell means Gehenna, Hinnom, a place where they burnt dead animals and all kind of garbage. See, like right here, it says cast into the sea. Over here, it's talking about hell. If you offend us in any way, better for him that a millstone or great millstone were cast. And see, we are the millstone. And you're going to get drowned by the millstone. The great millstone, where hang about his neck, and he will cast into the sea. You can't deal with the weight once the great millstone is around your neck. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones of who? Great millstone. (43) And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having 2 hands to go into Gehenna. That's America. That's Babylon on fire. Lake, also known as a lake of fire. Ain't no hell where you burn forever. Into the fire that never shall be quenched. What does it mean, the fire that shall never? This is why the Christians say it's an eternal hell. The fire never ceases. The fire that can never be quenched is when this 5,000 square miles of America is set on fire. There's not a fire truck big enough to douse it with water. That's what it's talking about. Ain't talking about no spiritual hell. It is, if our gospel be hid, it is hid to the net of loss. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, this truth, is because this word, there is no light in them. So that can cause you to be destroyed by teaching a hell doctrine where you're clearly going off. 44th verse, where their worm dieth not. Well, wait a minute. If a worm hits fire, does not the fire burn the worm up? Yeah, but it's talking about your spiritual body. Yeah, but it says where the worm dieth not. When you put somebody's bone, when a person dies, the first thing that cuts off is the immune system. So you have these critters that's in you. This is what a toxic is all about, is worms, parasites. You feel a withdrawal because those worms don't want to leave They want to get kicked out, kicking and screaming, like some simple ass nigga family that live in a place and they can't pay the rent, so the landlord, evicts them. They get the sheriff, and when they come back, they left. Right when you come back to the house is all fucked up. Well, that's these critters in you, man. So the worm that dieth not is your human body when your immune system shuts off. That's why you decompose. The fact that you can walk and talk and speak and all that is because your immune system is working 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And matter of fact, the immune system is working. What does immune mean? It means in service, meaning it's constantly working. People that get sick often have a low immunity. So you got to build it up by diet. Where their worm dieth not, that's the critters. So in this country of America, if you're stuck on the soil, you're not one of the elect chosen, you're going to die, but you're going to burn up. And by the way, those if there's any flesh left, dead flesh with fire, those cancer cells, they can live through fire. They'll go to sleep, and then when the fire subsides, they just wake back up. There's an actual video on it. Guy took a telescope and he burnt a cancer cell with fire, and the motherfucker just died. And then he pulled the Bunsen burner away from it, and he kept it under the microscope, and that motherfucking cancer cell woke back up. So you better thank the Most High. You got an immune system. So it says, where their worm dieth not, meaning you're going to die, and the fire is not quenched. The fire that is not quenched there's not going to be a fire truck big enough. You know how Esau gets helicopters with water in it? They can get 5 million helicopters with water in. You ain't going to quench this fire. Plus, it says there ain't going to be no place found in heaven. And the Lord and the angels are going to see to that. So I'm gonna give you I'm gonna go back to the video. This is some Roman Catholic doctrine, man. And if you read that in the blue letter, hold up. Okay, I wanted to look up the word quench. If you go to the red letter different edition, that's the Lord talking. That's the Lord talking. Wait a minute. Okay, I got the wrong verse. You click on this and pull out a word or two. Let me look up the word worm. Worms are parasites. Ooh. Scolax from the Greek. A worm. There's many different species of worms and parasites. Speck, or I guess a speck. What's a speck? Specifically, I guess, I don't know. That kind which preys upon dead bodies. That's your parasites. It says scolax of uncertain derivation, a grub, maggot, or earthworm, or worms, or parasites. Maggots, worms are two different things, and parasites. That's why you decompose. That's why you got to put embalming fluid in the body. So now I'm gonna let you listen to this. I'm gonna go right to this. You can come back and watch this video. And this is clearly a Roman Catholic doctrine. A lot of occultic activities going on in this church. This is a very occultic church. So let's listen. I'm going to close. I know I did a lot of rambling, but
everlasting fire. Into hell. So this is another form of hell. Read on. Everlasting fire. Get caught up with the man. She was raised right, and you don't want to do it, then hell with you. And you might get caught up with the rest of everybody else that's going into everlasting fire.
You heard the brother say it. You heard the Lord's brother say it. Let's hear it again.
The rest of everybody else is going into everlasting fire.
Everlasting fire, meaning in hell. Roman Catholic doctrine. Roman Catholic / Christian doctrine. And here we got the mighty Malachi, or AKA Malachi, the Benjamite. So you gotta get it straight, my brother. You gotta get that straight. You're going off. Nobody's there to check this guy, man. You think he can get away with this shit? If the apostles were there, part of it, y'all would have kicked it out. We're gonna kick y'all out, which they wound up doing any goddamn way, because we told the truth. Now think about this. They kicked us out because of the Cornelius thing. Nah, Cornelius is not an Israelite, he's an Edomite. We're gonna kick them out. What are they teaching now? Think about it. What do they teach? What are the IUIC? What are they teaching now? Cornelius is an Israelite. Guess what? They were wrong back then. They're going to be wrong today. They're going to be wrong on the hell doctrine. Hell just means the grave. The lake of fire is a bird's eye aerial view of John and seeing the vision of America on fire. And he wrote it down. Oh, I see a lake on fire. And he talking about, he didn't say, and I saw, souls burning forever in there. It said the beast and this, the false prophet, they're going to be cast in there. That's poetic for they're going to be destroyed. Okay? The lake of fire is America on fire. So let's listen.
Into hell. So this is another form of hell. Read on. Into the.
So there's two forms of hell. There's more than one hell.
Fire. Into what? The fire. Read on. That never shall be quenched. And that fire will never be quenched. Read on. Where their worm dieth not. Where your worm dieth not mean.
Look up the word worm, right? Skull lakes, right? Worms and maggots are made of flesh. So if they're all in the fire, and first of all, you ever burning forever, right? So what burns in you? The soul, the spirit, right? So wait a minute, your soul, your spirit is in hell burning, but the maggots and the worms and the skull lakes are alive. They're wearing fireproof breeches on, right? They're wearing a asbestos suit. No, it's poetic. It's a poetic way of saying, in this place, where the fire is not quenched, America. He was talking about America. That's what he was talking about. He said there's going to be nothing but death and fire that you can't put out. There's not going to be a big enough fire truck to put it out. That's what it has nothing to do with some spiritual hell. Like I said, this is a Roman Catholic doctrine. Babylonian, Greeks, Romans, Baptists, Calvinists, Protestant, Reformists, eschatologists, they're all them fools. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Your spirit is not going to die. You're going to be burning forever inside that flame of fire.
See the way he said, and these guys are very dramatic. They're very Shakespearean, you know, and they scared, and the people in the audience, they don't know what's going on. That's why you think we call them zombies? We're not calling them zombies because we're snapping on them. We're calling them zombies because they're zombies. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end on this. What is a zombie? What is a zombie? Bear with me for a minute. Okay, you got pictures like doll zombies. But anyway, let me go to all. Okay. The zombies with purple on. A zombie. A corpse said to be, because we all came into this thing as corpses, right? And we were brought back to life. Ezekiel 37. A corpse said to be revived by witchcraft. Witchcraft, especially in certain African and Caribbean religions. Why do you think the IUIC is always in that? You always got to go to Africa. You got all of South America, man. You got Canada. You got a lot of places you can go to. And the Caribbean. There's a lot of zombies down there, man. What is the meaning of real zombie? A dead person brought back to life without the ability to speak or move easily. Yeah, they moved to Baron Semides, the zombie master. What makes a zombie a zombie? A zombie, according to popular culture, does it mean pop meaning popular culture, and folklore, is usually either a reawakened corpse, because y'all were all, I spoke about the refreshing, right? And Isaiah 58, right? You were brought back from the dead, but you were brought back by Baron Semides. You were brought back by the zombie king. So we were all corpses. Ezekiel 37 tell you that. But like there's some zombie kings out there, man. Scriptures say you are dead while you live. That's what a zombie is. A zombie is a walking corpse that liveth, but really he's dead. Weekend, y'all got the weekend at Barney's spirit, bro. What's that movie? It says a reawakening corpse with a ravenous appetite. Yeah, they want to learn it. So you give them this knowledge, they eat it up. They don't filter it out. Or someone bitten by another zombie. Yeah, when them guys go out there, they biting people to get them to bite them with them lies. Another zombie infected with a zombie virus. Did not Bishop Nate say, go take the virus if you have to? That's something a zombie king would say. Zombies are usually portrayed as strong but robotic beings with rotten flesh. Their only mission is to feed, to get people. I need people. I got to get there. I got to suck the blood. Vampires. How are zombies killed? They're killed by the truth. Destroy the brain. Anyway, hey, I had a little fun with this. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say you gotta have a little fun with this. With that, I'm gonna say, please forgive me for the babbling, extra babbling. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.